Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using this script originally developed by Loren Sherman, and it uses a combination of these different modifiers, which are dots, like these, and lines, which are like these, as well as lines can curve, be thick, thin, wherever. And these modifiers are in conjunction with these four different letter stems to make the consonants. So if we have this like deep divot shape with no modifiers, that's a B. Then we add some dots and it's a CH or a D. Lines is an F, G, and H. So anyway, let's go ahead and get to this design. And you start reading the script at the bottom and go counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. So this would be the first thing we see. I'm going to read it bottom up, following the path of it, and then counterclockwise around this, ending with the period here. And then the last element are these little circles, which are the vowels. Vowels are little guys, and they're pretty tricky. I'll explain them when we get to them, because they make more sense in context. So, here's our first word, and this is our first letter. It is a shallow divot, so that means it's in this row because it is this shape. It's a 180 degrees or less completed circle, like a bite out of a cookie. And there are some lines going through it, but nothing ends on it, and lines count when they end on it. So this is just the letter T, no modifiers, on a shallow divot. Then we continue around. Here's our next letter. There are two lines, and this one passes through, so just these two thick ones count. So that would be a W, because it's the same shape as a T, so it's in the same row, but it's got those two lines. And then we have a little circle, which is a vowel. And this is not attached to the consonants, it's just by the word circle. So we're going to look at the bottom here, and it is inside the word circle, so that makes it an O. If it were outside the word circle, it would be an A. If it were on the line, it would be an E, and if it had lines coming from it, it would be an I or a U. So this is TWO, 2. Our next word is here. This is the first letter, and it has a circle inside the word circle, this shape, and there are two lines on it. So that would be a P. And there's a vowel attached to it. When there's a vowel and a consonant together, you read the consonant first and then the vowel second. So that is attached on it like a bead on a string in this position. So that's another O. So P-O, continuing around, here's another vowel, and it is on the line. So it's an E, I, or U, and it has a line on it. So it's an I or a U, and that line is going towards the middle of the word circle. So that makes it an I, because I is like E but with a line in. So this blue line turns that E into an I. So P-O-I, continuing around, here's our next letter. It is an N because it's got one line on a circle inside the word circle, like a P but only one line. Then we have a T, shallow divot, no modifiers, just like that T. And then we have this shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So that would be an S. So P-O-I-N-T-S, points. Here's another I line going inwards, just like that one. And this is another N, just like this one, with one line on it, because the line that passes through doesn't count. So in, and then we have our next word here. This is just the line coming from the N, and this is just the line coming from the S. This is not a word circle. This is just the line modifiers from those two letters. Here's our next word circle, and it starts with a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines. So that's an S, just like this one. Then we have another P, 1, 2 lines, just like this P. And then we have this little vowel, and it's outside the word circle. So that makes it an A. Here's another A, but it's closer to this word, so it goes with this word, not this word. Okay, then we have our next letter. This is another S, 1, 2, 3 lines, just like 1, 2, 3 lines. And this word is space. And this would be a letter C, written normally S-P-A-C-E. But this letter C is special. In the original alphabet, these letters did not exist. So you would have to use the letter S or K or CH to make the C sound. And in circles, you would spell circles like S-I-R-K-L-E-S instead of C-I-R-C-L-E-S, because you would swap the S and K with the C. So here we have the S in space and then an E at the end of it, like that. So S-P-A-S-E. And then we have this word. It's the A we talked about earlier at the bottom. So this is our first letter. Continuing around, here's the N, one line on it, just like the other N's. And then we have a deep divot. A deep divot is more than 180 degrees complete. It curves back in on itself. And this deep divot has 3 dots, making it a D. So 1, 2, 3, A here, N, D. So and. Then we have this shallow divot, no mods, so that's a T. I line going inwards, 1, 2, 3 lines makes this an M. It's like an N and a P, but with 3 lines instead of 1 or 2. And then we have an E at the end of the word, so T-I-M-E, time. Then counterclockwise around this sentence circle. So here's our next letter. We have a TH. It's a circle on the line of the word circle. So instead of being inside it like this stem, it's on the line. So there are no dots or lines, so that would be a TH. Another A, just like these A's. A shallow divot with no modifiers is a T, just like this T. So T-H-A-T, and then I have the word circle broken. That's an okay way to end a word. I just know that there can't be any more letters past this, so there aren't. So T-H-A-T, and this is just some decoration to kind of fill in the gaps around the sentence circle. You could put punctuation on this line or in these. For example, here's the period at the end of the sentence. But yeah, so T-H-A-T, that. Our next word is here. So there's no bottom of this, so we would find the bottommost point, which is here, and then continue around. 1, 2 dots on this shallow divot makes it an SH. Here's the O, and then a U has a line going outward, so it's kind of opposite of an I. 1, 2, 3 dots on the L, and then 1, 2, 3 dots on the D, because they're both 3-dot letters. D is a deep divot, L is a circle inside the word circle. So that should, and then we have our next word. Here's the bottom of it. This is our first letter because it's at the bottom, and there's one line coming from it, so that's an N. And this is a vowel right in the middle of it, so we'll check that out. So right in the middle, and there are no lines ending on it, so that makes it an E. Then we have this shallow divot with one line, so that makes it a V. Here's another E hanging out on the line of the word circle like that E. And then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots. So that would be an R, so never. Then we have this deep divot with 2 lines. Deep divot, 2 lines, H. A outside the word circle, continuing around, V, just like that V. And then we have this vowel, which is on the line of where the word circle would be. It's not outside the word circle like this A, so that makes it an E. So H-A-V-E should never have, sorry. And then we have this last word. It's a T, no modifiers. O on the line, like that. U, line going outwards. Then we have this CH, 1, 2 dots on the CH. And then we have the E. And then we have 1, 2, 3 dots on the D. So yeah, and then the period. So 2 points in space and time that should never have touched, period. So yeah, that's that design, and I hope you like it. Bye.